This is just a short comment regarding Senator Risa Hontiveros and her call for the GoreBox developer to attend the hearing. First of all, I want to acknowledge the effort of our public officials who are working overtime for the country. Public service is not easy, and I understand that no matter what action is taken, not everyone will be pleased. That said, I still want to share my honest sentiment on this matter. I also want to commend Senator Bam Aquino for raising another possible mass shooting concern and for giving a timely tip to SILG John Vic Remulla. If that information helps prevent another tragedy, then credit should be given where it is due. Prevention and quick action matter. I believe hearings like this should be used not just to find a convenient outlet for public anger, but to seriously examine the root causes and the concrete failures that allowed these incidents to happen in the first place. Senator Risa Hontiveros, ma'am, with all due respect, if this hearings turns into another lazy performance where the easiest target is a Germany-based game developer, then you are aiming at the wrong person and failing the public. 3 innocent minors are dead. More were injured. Families are grieving. And in the middle of a tragedy this serious, the focus should not be reduced to my violent game kasi. That is the easiest, laziest, most convenient scapegoat available. Why are we acting like GoreBox invented violence? No, seriously, I'm just only asking. There are countless violent games, violent movies, violent shows, violent content all over the internet. Yet millions of people consume them without walking into a classroom and shooting children. So if this hearing is going to spend more energy summoning a foreign game developer than confronting the adults who actually failed these kids in real life, then that is not accountability, ma'am. That is political theater. Because let's talk about the real people who should be under the microscope. Call the parents of the suspects. Call the guardians. Call the people inside the home who were supposed to know what these minors were doing, what they were consuming, what kind of behavior they were showing, and why they had access to weapons, violent tendencies, and zero intervention before blood was spilled. Call the gun owner. Call the adults connected to the firearms. How did minors get access to guns in the first place? Who failed to secure them? Who was negligent? Who should be criminally liable for allowing deadly weapons to end up in the hands of children? Call the school officials too. Ask for any warning signs. Ask what interventions were done for bullying, behavioral red flags, threats, mental health concerns, and campus security. Ask why the system only wakes up after bodies are already on the floor. Because that is the real issue here. Parental negligence, access to firearms, weak intervention, weak school safeguards, and adults who failed to stop a disaster before it happened. If you want to investigate online radicalization, fine. Do it. No one is saying, ignore digital influence. But don't insult the negligence of the public by acting like the center of this tragedy is one game developer in Germany. That developer did not raise those minors. That developer did not hand them guns. That developer did not fail to monitor them at home. That developer did not create the broken environment around them. A hearing that prioritizes a foreign app developer over the parents, guardians, firearm owners, and institutions closest to the suspects is a hearing that is avoiding the hardest questions. And frankly, that would be unacceptable. Senator, if you truly want justice for the victims, then stop chasing the easiest headline and start dragging the people who had actually duty of care over those minors. Bring in the parents, bring in the firearm owners, bring in the school officials, bring in social welfare, law enforcement, and child psychologists. Put negligence, supervision, gun access, bullying, and intervention failures at the center of the hearing. Because if this becomes another grandstanding session where everyone blames an app while the adults who failed these children walk away untouched, then the Senate is not solving the problem. It is hiding from it. And the Filipino public deserves better than a convenient villain. It deserves a serious investigation. It deserves a real accountability. And most of all, the victims deserve more than a government that sees dead children and still chooses the shallowest possible target. That's all for now. Bye.